Good evening, and welcome. Tonight, we're following breaking news of escalating tensions along the Lebanon-Israel border. What began as sporadic exchanges of fire has rapidly intensified into a serious confrontation, raising fears of a wider conflict. Reports indicate a significant uptick in cross-border attacks, with both sides trading artillery fire and rockets. The situation is fluid and dangerous, and we'll bring you the latest developments as they unfold. The current escalation appears to have been triggered by an earlier Israeli airstrike targeting what the IDF described as Hezbollah infrastructure within Lebanese territory. This strike followed a series of alleged infiltration attempts by Hezbollah operatives across the border fence. Hezbollah, in response, has claimed responsibility for launching barrages of rockets and anti-tank missiles towards Israeli military positions and civilian settlements in northern Israel. Initial reports suggest damage to property and several injuries on both sides of the border. We are receiving conflicting reports regarding casualties, but we can confirm that emergency services are struggling to cope with the scale of the attacks. The context for this renewed fighting is complex and rooted in decades of animosity. The disputed territory of Shebaa Farms, claimed by both Lebanon and Syria but occupied by Israel since the 1967 Six-Day War, remains a constant point of contention. Hezbollah, a powerful political and military force in Lebanon, views itself as a resistance movement against Israeli occupation and has repeatedly vowed to liberate the Shebaa Farms. Past conflicts, notably the 2006 Lebanon War, have left a legacy of mistrust and unresolved issues. The fragile political situation within Lebanon, coupled with regional power struggles, further exacerbates the risk of escalation. UNIFIL, the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, is working to de-escalate the situation, but their efforts are being hampered by the intensity of the fighting. We understand UNIFIL peacekeepers have been caught in the crossfire, underscoring the indiscriminate nature of the current violence. This latest surge in violence carries significant implications for regional stability. The international community is watching with growing alarm, with calls for restraint coming from the United Nations, the United States, and European powers. A prolonged conflict could draw in other regional actors, further destabilizing an already volatile region. The potential for a humanitarian crisis is also a major concern, with civilian populations on both sides of the border facing displacement and hardship. Dr. Elias Muhanna, a Middle East security analyst at Brown University, warns that the current dynamic is incredibly dangerous. Miscalculation on either side could easily lead to a full-scale war, the consequences of which would be devastating for both Lebanon and Israel. The U.S. State Department has issued a statement urging both sides to immediately cease hostilities and return to the terms of UN Security Council Resolution 1701. However, the path to de-escalation remains uncertain. We will continue to monitor this developing situation closely and bring you the latest updates as they become available. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and stay informed.